This part of the show is called the cold open because according to the AI overview on Google, it drops the audience into a narrative without a warm-up. That's why it's called a cold open.
Really? I never thought of it like I thought it was because it was like completely unrehearsed. It's not like we rehearse anything.
Well, today it's taken on a different meaning.
Going back to my theater days.
Because it is 59 degrees in my house right now. So I've got my stocking cap on. And I just took Nori to the park this morning. And it's true what they say, what you see on the news about the freezing iguanas.
Oh, really?
Come look. Look. What is it?
That is a frozen iguana.
Frozen
Get it,
iguana.
Nori.
So sad.
Breakfast.
Fell out of a
Dead?
tree.
So is it dead or just like stunned?
Well, at first they're stunned, and if it warms up enough, they can just wake right back up. But it's been so cold for so long now that, I saw some that were frozen yesterday that were still frozen today in that same spot.
Do you ever think about picking them up and warming them up?
They call them the chicken of the trees down here. They actually want you to kill them. They want the iguanas
What do you mean?
dead.
Who's they? Like
The
they?
state, the wildlife.
You got a
people.
notice from Ron DeSantis to kill the iguanas when they're on the ground.
When they're, every now and then you'll see an alert that says you are encouraged to shoot the iguanas dead because they're invasive.
Why do you need to shoot them? Couldn't you just chop their heads off?
Well, when they're alive, you can't catch them, But now that they're frozen, they're having people go around and round them up, and basically just kill them all because they're not wanted here. They're only
They don't serve a purpose
they don't
at all.
no purpose whatsoever.
Wow.
They're invasive.
See,
they don't belong here. They're like the pythons down here.
I'll be damned.
Somebody brought them in as pets, and they have no.
They just multiplied.
There's nothing that can kill them. There's no predator that goes after them. The only thing that gets them is if it gets super cold.
There are a lot of people in the comments that believe that ICE needs to get involved.
ICE come down and round up the frozen iguanas. That would kind of make sense.
JC Forsyth. Next time on Two Guys, Hassel rubs his iguana live on air.
Anyway, it's freezing. I got the stocking cap on. I'm still. I'm told that our AC can act as a heater as well. I don't really understand how that works, but we've lived here 8 years, and I've never turned it on.
What is the temperature in your house?
Well, it's 58 degrees right now.
58. Ooh,
Yeah.
It's pretty chilly.
When we woke up this morning, it was 33. It's up to 42 right now. But
You poor bastard. I don't even know how you exist down there.
well, it's going to warm up later on this week. I'll be all right. Back in the pool by the weekend. Let's get the show on the road, shall we?
I saw they were playing hockey too down in Tampa, and it was
They were thinking it might even snow flurry because it snowed a bit in Jacksonville. No snow in Tampa for the outdoor game, though. Ready to hit it?
I'm ready to hit it.
Let's go.
They say the grass is greener where you water it. For me, that means being loyal, putting in the work, and being part of a community that raised me. Fairway, your home court advantage.
The biggest party of the year is here. Zach Brown Band Love and Fear Tour, presented by Margaritaville at Sea. Friday, November 20th, Casey Center. Zach Brown Band. With special guest, Grace Potter. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBrownBand.com.
And a little bit of chicken fried.
Don't miss Zach Brown Band, Love and Fear, live.
Chris Williams, Chris Hassel. Two Chris's, one network. This is Two Guys. Presented by Fairway Meat and Grocery. From the Channel Seed Studios, this is Two Guys. Exclusively on Iowa Everywhere.
Zach says we have another great Audie Crooks AI story. I don't know how you missed this, Williams. but she was quoted as saying, "I don't care if I get canceled again. I stand with ICE." Zach, if you could drop a link into the comments, we'd love to take a look at it.
I've seen one of those over the weekend. McCullum's getting the action. One of our viewers sent it
that too.
McCullum kicked a couple guys off the team allegedly because they. It was similar to the Matt Campbell one where the guys weren't being respectful to the janitor or something, and Matt just kicked him off the team up at Penn State. McCullum did something similar according to the Facebook.
Well, remember McCullum in the offseason was picking up chairs and during his
well, that was real though.
Remember? I know that was
actually
seemed
did
like
that.
AI. Yeah.
All right, there was one I sent you guys this weekend that Otzelberger bought a diner so that he could employ like his homeless former like English teacher or something like that.
It said something like when he was living on the streets in Ames because he wasn't making any money, he used to frequent a diner that let him eat for free. This old lady let him eat for free. It's like, okay, Otzelberger came here as an assistant coach.
Yeah, he was probably making like $250,000.
Oh boy.
Welcome to the show. We are presented by Fairway Meat and Grocery. We are in the Channel Seed Studios. Always good to be here on a Monday. Quickly, happy birthday to my wife, the good doctor.
Oh.
Good doctor's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Dr. Williams.
Yes. She's sitting upstairs. I doubt she's watching us.
Does she have the day off?
She does.
You know what? I won't even get pissed at her if she runs that damn laundry during the show today. Go ahead. Go ahead and do.
The laundry machine is, we're putting it to pasture here pretty soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're just going to hand wash now?
No, we're getting the new one.
You're going to make Crystal Bloom come over and wash all the clothes.
There's just a lot to get to, as you would expect from a college basketball weekend. Let's start with Iowa, since that game was late last night.
Ooh, what a game. What a complete game for
Really good game.
those Hawks.
Sturt's best game as a Hawkeye, right?
It's his career high. Scored 32 points. Probably was his best game because he was so damn efficient and he started early.
12 of 15.
Yeah, including
Man,
4 of 6 from outside.
He made 1 3. The three, man, it was like halfway through the first half where he was on the left wing and he did the little shimmy and he was like off balance and he
the little step through.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Off 1 foot.
It was a beautiful shot.
His body control, I can't get over. The way he manipulates his body to oftentimes get a better look, but many times block out defenders and just get a great angle at an easy shot. And, I mean, he could not miss. I think he started 10 for 11 in the game. But he also added 7 assists, didn't turn the ball over once. As complete of a game as he could possibly play. And then you got Fulgaris playing another great game. This is back-to-back really good games from Fulgaris, who scored 15 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, had another 3 assists. And you can tell that this Iowa team, to get to that next level, that higher ceiling, that maybe you could win a couple games in the NCAA tournament, Fulgaris has to be this guy. And this is back-to-back games where he's done that, and we question why Ben McCullum was playing him so much during his horrible stretch. And this is why, because you had to get him through it. You had to get him out of that. And Iowa did exactly what they should do to a beaten-up, bad Oregon team. That they're without their 2 top scorers, and it was just a horrible environment. But still, you're going out west. You saw what happened to the Iowa women going out west, a game against USC that was kind of a toss-up that they got beat by double digits. It's not easy. It's not you snap your fingers and you win the game. You had to play a good game. I mean, you got 11 from Brandon Hawson off the bench. He finally got good minutes, 16 minutes. Cooper Koch found his shot. Look, they did what they were supposed to do, but they were even more impressive. Like I don't know how they could have really played any better than they did last night in that environment.
It's kind of the theme of the weekend when you bring Iowa State into the mix, which we will here in just a little bit. That was my same takeaway with Iowa because, again, you watch the first 10 minutes of the first half and you're like, felt like they were going to win, but it wasn't impressive. You know, there's a difference between winning and being – they haven't been impressive with some of those home wins. They won.
Those last two home games were not impressive. I mean, those were like, whoa, just get by against Rutgers and USC.
Again, it'll be similar to the Iowa State conversation where you look at that Oregon team and what they were up against, and they should win. The expectation is to win and nothing more. But then when you could show the extra gear, that was a really good win, I thought, for them. And to get the other guy, the Fulgaris thing too, I'm just interested, and I don't know how this is going to turn out for him. Because again, like the bigger, like athletic dudes bother him, but maybe he's, you know, we saw this with Buchanan at Iowa State. You see this when guys transfer a lot, especially in his case where he transfers up a level, where your body just takes you a while to get used to the grind of what a Big Ten body that you're going up against would be on a nightly basis, which I cannot imagine he probably saw that at Robert Morris. I'm sorry, whatever league they're in. I'm not watching it very often, but I watch enough of the Valley. I mean, it's just clearly a huge step up when it comes to like the physical toll. So I think the hope here, if you're Iowa, is that he fought through that and is going to come out better on the other side.
To that point, the one downside from last night is Tavion Banks is dealing with some kind of an ailment, an injury. He didn't play much at all in the second half. I think he had just 3 minutes. I saw him laughing, smiling on the bench, but only 11 minutes in the game. And Ben McCullum did say afterwards to the Des Moines Register that, quote, he's dealing with some stuff, so hopefully we'll get him back healthy. He didn't specify what the injury is, but they're going to need him, I think, to beat Washington on Wednesday night, because that's a different level. Like Oregon is down and out.
Yes,
Washington is a decent team, and that should be, I would think, a toss-up game. And it's a 10 p.m. Iowa time start, 11 Eastern.
What game? Wednesday
night. Okay. How the hell am I going to stay up for that and then do the show on Thursday morning?
You're going to have to find a way, brother. You have to fight through it. It's your Ben McCullum Hawkeyes. You can't go to bed.
To that point, that this is a pretty big game for Iowa, because they had that Rutgers game it's quad 3 or something. USC was, at home. I know they had to hang on.
Southern
Oregon,
California,
you need to beat them. But this is their biggest game, I think, since the Indiana game.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you there.
And you win this, that's 5 straight, and you're coming home for Northwestern, and then you have Maryland. So you should be able to put together a 7-game winning streak. We talked about this stretch and what they should be able to do. We said 1 loss was okay. But if they get this Washington win, I think they're going to go through here unbeaten before they get to the Purdues, the Nebraskas, the Wisconsins, the Michigans.
Are we at all concerned about Coach Hoiberg and Nebraska dropping a couple? Really good teams they lost to.
I thought that they played much better against Michigan than they did yesterday at home.
Too.
Against, I mean, look, they played Michigan, might be the best team in the country. They're the favorites to win the national championship. They were without 2 of their top scorers, and they still almost won on the road. They came back and played Illinois, and Illinois is a top 10 team. Illinois is so good, and Illinois beat them at Nebraska. So, I mean, I think this was inevitable. They were going to drop some games.
Yeah.
The basketball capital of the world, Nebraska. You saw that too, right?
I've watched them a lot. I just don't believe they're a top 5 team, but we'll see.
No, but the thing is, they kept winning and they kept winning and they kept winning.
They're a little bit like watching BYU in football, where I just keep thinking that they're going to lose games, and then they keep finding ways to win, and we'll see.
Well, yeah, let's see. Is it going to be like the what Iowa State did, where they dropped a couple games and then
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Now it's a little different because Iowa State. Are we getting into the schedule talk again?
Oh Christ!
Because Iowa State had, Colorado and Kansas State and Oklahoma State to get out of the funk, and I don't know what Nebraska has, but I'm guessing it's more difficult than that.
I actually, I'm with Cooper and Jake Brand at the Knapp Center on Saturday, and I think I have a brilliant idea, and it revolves around the transfer portal. So I figure we'll just bring in our new segment here. We're gonna go to the portal. You cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Kuberski Brothers portal news. Wow, the Kuberskis are dipping into the portal. They're looking.
That was
for...
like a CNN. I had never seen that before. I had no idea what we were getting into. That was wild.
Do you want that? Do you want that one more time? Just for the audience.
No, I think we're good.
Well, you'll be seeing that more. You'll be seeing that more.
Yeah, we only have so much time. For real though, before I get it, I do think this is a brilliant idea that I have. Before we get into it, the Kuberski brothers are growing. There's daggum Kuberskis. Everybody wants to hire them to kill their weeds. But they're really hiring. You can apply at KuberskiBrothers.com.
I loved doing that kind of work in the summertime. Cutting grass.
Oh, yeah.
Landscaping.
Fresh smell. You're one of the
great
great
sun.
The guys who do the spring training baseball. They should hire the Kuberski brothers to go down there to like Surprise, Arizona, or down to Florida.
Yeah, there's spring training down by us.
Well, anyway, they're hiring for operations manager, chemical applier, commercial mowing supervisor, lawn care technicians. Fun place to work. So KuberskiBrothers.com. You can check it out. We're watching the Drake game, and we're watching this Quinn kid for Drake, and he's really good. He had 32 points, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, my God, like somebody's going to come in and offer that kid a bunch of money. And why? What's to stop like with the rules? Because I went to my Formula One love, like where, just giving you an example. So like Ferrari's one of the big teams, right? Ferrari they have like a partnership with Haas, which is the American team. And like Ferrari, when they know they have a young driver that they want to drive for them later on, they'll put him at Haas so that he can get driving experience. And then 2 years later, they call him up to the big leagues. What would stop Iowa State and Drake, for instance, with two coaches who have a great relationship in working together, and like Iowa State,
you're going to have Drake be the farm system for Iowa State?
What I'm saying is it could help both programs out, because you could get like high major type talent, like great high major bodies at Drake, and then they kind of work together. I'm just saying, I don't think it's going to happen. What would stop somebody from doing this is my point. Like, think about if JT Rock, Iowa State could have just sent him down to Drake. He would be one of the best bigs in the Valley. It would be great for Drake to have him.
Well, some are arguing that Drake and Iowa already have that relationship because McCollum was called up to the big leagues to.
My guess is that thing's kind of fried after how the last year went out, but we'll see. No, like to truly be
honestly, what's stopping it?
What
Nothing,
is stopping
I don't think.
it? What is stopping it is all
Nothing.
I'm saying.
The only thing stopping it is you have to have two head coaches that agree to this. Like it would need to be
like,
okay.
Why wouldn't Iowa and Northern Iowa? They're like 10 minutes from each other, basically.
And pretty much everybody that goes to Northern Iowa is an Iowa fan.
Yeah, so. They're all Purple Hawks anyways.
But Ben Jacobson would never. It would need to be a different. Let's just say Ben Jacobson did. Okay, you know what, Iowa, we're going to play what? You're going to give us your guys that you want down the road, and I'm going to have to play them. Like, that's the problem. Like, then Ben McCollum would be basically overseeing Ben Jacobson.
I'm guessing that, You and I probably need some financial help
because the
Hear me
AAA
out.
baseball manager answers to the big league club.
All I'm saying
he
is-
plays the guys the big league club tells him to.
You think that Northern Iowa wouldn't want a couple million a year from that Big Ten television contract to be?
Okay, but if that happened, Ben Jacobson would leave instantly. Like he would never
And
agree.
go where? Who the hell's hiring him right now?
He would leave. I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't have a coach like him. I mean, it is interesting because there are no rules. There's
For
a
what
guy
it's worth, I'm
that's
not
played
saying
in the NBA that's going to be playing in college basketball now.
I'm not saying I think
What's
this
stopping
should-
LeBron James at the age of 41 from saying, you know what, I never played college. I'm not the best NBA player anymore, but I can go to college and make probably 10 million, 15, 20 million a year and be the best player in college right now. He has all his eligibility left. Are there any rules stopping that anymore? I don't think so. There are no rules.
Scott Drew's on the phone right now. Listen, I'm not advocating for this. It's just we got into this conversation at the Drake game, and we're like, well, wait a minute. Why couldn't they just work together and it would be mutually beneficial?
Well, why don't you?
Because Iowa State has this kid, Xavion Mitchell. He was Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin last year, and he's just sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd be much better off for him, and he would start at Drake. It would be great for them. Like they could win a Valley championship,
But they would
potentially,
have
if they
so
had-
they would have a contract. Well, no,
I don't know how it would work. I'm spitballing. That's all I'm doing. I have no idea how it would work. It's probably illegal.
Look, maybe we will get there. Because look, in football, we're probably eventually going to have this break off of a super conference that they're going to have their own league. I mean, it's basically becoming that in college basketball as well, because these major programs like Iowa State are not playing mid-major programs like Drake, and you're not getting a team in the Valley that's going to get an at-large bid anymore because they had a great regular season. That's not going to happen.
It does suck though. Like, and I am a bona fide Drake fan now with Hendo being there, and like you watch them, and they got beat the other night, but like they're getting better, and you're like, oh, okay, I could see how next year we could be pretty good. But then you just constantly have to worry about.
Yeah, you can't ever bet on next year anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, you really can't bet on next year at a lot of major programs as well.
You can't do it. I mean, look at Iowa football even. Like, you lost some good players in the portal. Nobody saw it come. Like, anybody could go and just buy anybody. It's not just the little guys, but, man, it makes it a hell of a lot harder. I don't know. There you go. I was spitballing. I wasn't even planning on bringing that up in the show, but you got me to thinking there. Iowa State kills Kansas State, and they've completely neutered Jerome Tang.
That poor guy. Did you hear what he said after?
Oh yeah,
He
he
said he wasn't disappointed.
Not a great look press conference for Coach Tang, in my opinion. We have some video.
I mean, that's one of the
from Jake
worst
Grant.
losses in Kansas State history.
That was the biggest road conference win in Iowa State history, 95-61. And they're like we had in the Iowa conversation with the Oregon game, and this is just why I'm bullish on Iowa State right now. It's just even when they were 14-0, Chris, we didn't think they were playing that well.
They weren't playing that well.
Yeah.
When they got to 16-0 and 17-0, they weren't. They were just
They're kind of just getting by.
Yeah, sleepwalking through these inferior opponents. Well, now they're just
They are
obliterating
absolutely stepping on their throats.
which is what they should. This is what a national championship type team should do to a team like Kansas State.
Best stat from yesterday, 28 assists on 33 field goals. That is.
Jeez.
And I don't
28 on 33.
I cannot imagine that you've ever seen an assist field goal ratio like that. That has to be. I don't know, but I should ask Ryan Workman, the SI. I doubt they even keep that stat, but that's really an incredible stat for that offense to be humming like that. Here's the deal for you. Milan Momcilovic, I started cramming last night because I'm wanting to just put it into perspective, the type of year that he's having. And I did put this out on Twitter, and I actually thanks to Cyclone Dave, who corrected me. I hadn't counted the Kansas State game. ESPN hadn't updated its stats, and that's where I pulled it from. He's currently has 88 3-pointers on the year, shooting north of 54% on the season. Statistically, so I'm like, what is the greatest 3-point shooting season ever? Probably not going to get to Steph Curry, who made 162 in the 2007-2008 season. He was averaging 4.5 threes per game. Milan is just south of 4.1, so that's about a half. That's a lot of ground to cover. I doubt he gets there. Best 3-point percentage in a season with over 100 makes that I could find was Steve Kerr in 1987-1988. He shot 57% from the field, just over 100. But again, Milan's volume is just so much more than him. Like, to still be even in that conversation, it's really impressive. It's really special stuff that he's putting together, and it just looks so effortless right now. What 22 is able to do out there for the Cyclones.
What I've been most impressed by during this run is what they've done just right off the jump.
Mm-hmm.
That they have taken double-digit leads in the first 5 minutes of all 4 of these games. I mean, you go up 10 in the first 5 minutes in a game like this, you just crush your opponent. They've got no shot. And the game is over right there. You crush their will. You don't, what do they, for upsets, they always say, well, your team hanging around. They're hanging around. They get more, more confidence the longer they hang around. Iowa State isn't allowing it to happen. I mean, the game tips off, and you give them that kill shot, and it's over. And then in this game, they kept running away from them in the second half.
Boy, didn't it feel like they were making a certain type of statement in that one.
That was still some bad blood, huh? From the
I don't know if anyone
from
would
the
say
deal
it
a couple of
publicly.
years ago.
But I mean, can you blame Iowa State for having it?
No.
Calling out your credibility,
Absolutely
your
not.
honesty, and you have to remember back at that too. It was right during the Connor Stallions thing.
Yeah.
So the cheating and like technology and that's all people were talking about at that time. I remember I think Iowa State beat Kansas that day on a Saturday when this was all, because like they were trying to prep for the Kansas game when all this stuff was going on. And they're leading. I want to say it was like the first day that the NCAA put out like the seeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first 16. Like, it was a big day. And college basketball pregame shows were leading off with the Iowa State cheating scandal. Because
what exactly did he accuse?
It was a big deal.
He accused them of having a manager film their huddle?
Yes. And they were saying that like there was some systematic approach because some guy
Somebody
behind
was
the
relaying
Kansas State
with like
bench was videotaping their bench, and then it was that a manager was like sending like old Morse code signals over to the Iowa State bench. It was insane. Like, it was maniacal what he was accusing them.
You were there courtside for that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was the one who reported, because it happened right in front of me when the assistant coach went and cussed out an Iowa State manager who was like mopping the floor. He was like in his face.
Rodney says it's wild because there's zero cell phone service inside Hilton at game time anyway. Wasn't there somebody that had didn't they make like a big cell phone and carry it one of those huge like a poster paper cell phone that pretended to relay that stuff after that? And that was the Jim Carrey crying game?
Yeah, the Jim Carrey guy was there.
Man, what a time.
Feels like a yesteryear of Cyclone basketball, right? I'm just saying, like, can you blame Iowa State for not liking this program? Like, and I've been in this league a long time. Tang's one of the most unlikable coaches I can remember to come through here in a really long time. And it's not because of that. Like, his press conferences after these losses are you want to talk about like the culture we have where nobody will own and up to anything, victim complex. I mean, it's just one thing after another. He was biting, I thought, and hats off to the Kansas State media. They were grilling him yesterday, and I think they're fed up with it because he's constantly throwing it back. Oh, you got to go and get your clicks and all this shit. Like, it's not how we get paid, for one. Here, Matt's got a little bit of video. Jake Bren was down there shooting this. Here's a little splash of it.
It doesn't matter what I think, because whatever I say, y'all are gonna take whatever you want to and clip it the way you want to and post it the way you want to, so you can get the clicks that you need. And that's so. It doesn't matter what I say. What matters is what I'm doing with these young men on the floor, in practice every day, in their daily lives, to help them continue to move forward. And then, because this is the crew that I brought in, right? And this is the crew I wanted to roll with. Right. And if we're not good enough at the end of the season, right, then we will figure the thing out for the next thing. But no, I don't feel like I need to give an explanation to our fans right now. I want them to know that I'm working really hard, and I'm not proud. I'm not happy with the results, but I am proud of the young men that we brought in.
In all fairness, too, there's part of what he said that is correct, that there's nothing he can say that's going to please people at this point.
No, but you can't say that you're not disappointed. And
correct.
Like,
come
on.
That's the key.
You just got completely embarrassed on your home court. And
by a rival.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take some responsibility here. Remember earlier in the year, he was like, these kids, that they're so connected off the court, but when I get them on the court, there's just no connection there on the court. I don't know what that is.
I mean, I can tell you, Coach, and I've watched your teams enough that you do a really horrible job of roster building because the players you put together on the court don't fit generally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the case again this year. It's just it doesn't make sense how it's like they're just going out there and getting the talent like as much. Honestly, it's a little bit, it kind of reminds me of, just drawing back to my experiences, the McDermott years. Like, they had good players when Greg McDermott was at Iowa State, but they didn't fit together.
Yeah, I mean, you had Craig Brackens and Wes Johnson.
Deontay Garrett. Like, they had pros. They had a lot of Mike Taylor. Like, they had a lot of pros in the McDermott era, but they couldn't win games because they didn't play as a team. And that's how this Kansas State team is not that. McDermott's teams were way better than this team.
Those jerseys, man. I know that there's some kind of a throwback, but those mismatched jerseys look horrible, and I feel bad for the guys that are bigger that wear them because they are not slimming at all. They had that one dude, the big guy in the post. I mean, it made him look sloppy. I mean, it's just not a good look.
I don't mind the lavender, but I don't like the mismatch.
I love the lavender.
Yeah, the mismatches.
When they go lavender top and bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
But man, that's just oof. It was not a good look, and then they played like that. Holy smokes! I would like to go long on Iowa State, though.
Okay, let's hear it. Yeah, let's go.
It's time to go long with Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
You're getting your W-2s, all that good stuff in the mail, and you probably don't know what to do with it, or you do know what to do with it, but you don't know how to correctly do something with it. Give our friends at Wealth Charter. Actually, just refer my neighbor to Wealth Charter the other day. He comes up to me and he says, "Hey, I need some help. My tax guy died, and who's the guy you're always talking about with Hassel?" And I said, "That's my guy, Tim." Text Tim, give him a call, customer service, boom, right there the next day. So there you have it. Where are you going long on today?
Well, I want to kind of put into context the effect that this schedule is having on Iowa State fans.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not.
This is like Van Winkle and the Brock Purdy Triple B thing at this point.
I hate this bastard.
So Iowa State is playing a home game last week. It was that Wednesday night. You're at home playing Colorado, and, you're just beating the shit out of them. Williams is there covering the game. He spends the entire second half on a group chat with me and some of our Omaha friends trying to get he and his wife and his kids a reservation to some kind of restaurant
Just working sources.
for next week because he's going to some country concert there.
Eric Church.
I hate this
The
bastard.
game is going on right in front of him. Iowa State, one of the best
They were up
teams
by
they've ever
30.
had. Exactly. You were paying no attention.
I was watching
the
the
game.
game. I can do two things at once. I'm texting from my computer. It's fine.
All you cared about in the second half of that game that was happening right in front of you was whether or not you could get a reservation for 4 people in Omaha this upcoming weekend and where you should go. And dude, Williams was freaking out. He's like, I know, this one's good. Hey, because he was getting suggestions from Dave Zavolinsky and Rusty Lord, who work in the media there in Omaha, and they were giving him places. He's like, no, they won't take reservations that night. They won't. Where else? Where else can we go? We need to go somewhere. We need to go somewhere before the game or before the concert. And so this is happening what was that, Thursday night?
I'm ready for some real games.
Yeah. Then yesterday, I'm listening to you on the post-game show on Cyclone Fanatic with Rob Gray, and you're like, Rob, I'm gonna be honest. I was texting my tax guy during the game because it was one of your sponsors. You're like, we were talking about it during the game. I was watching the game with some buddies, and we were all talking about our taxes, our wills, you guys, you are so bored with these games, and
it's good to be good,
It's going to happen again on Saturday. You're going to be a 20-point favorite against Baylor?
Baylor's going to have won 2 in a row on Saturday, all right? Big win for them. They went on the road, won in Morgantown on Saturday. They're going to win on Wednesday against Colorado. Big game on Saturday. Big game field, big game atmosphere in Hilton on Saturday.
I was trying to get
Scott
tickets
Drew
to that
coming
game.
to
They're
town.
like $100 to get
Hey,
into this game.
I know you're kind of being serious here, kind of joking. We're somewhere in the middle. It starts on Saturday. That crowd will be great. I'm not It'll be really intense on Saturday with Drew coming to town. Like
Baylor's
that means something.
Baylor's
it
not
doesn't
even
matter.
an NIT team.
Whatever they are. But
So it's just
like
because
Drew,
it's Baylor and Drew
Yeah.
that it'll okay.
Yeah,
I
I truly believe that
it's better than Colorado.
1:00 tip Saturday. Like that place will be humming. I really.
What is that
believe
game
it.
on? I don't see a network listed there.
I don't know. It must be like TNT or something. I don't know. Or
Interesting.
Peacock. That must be a Peacock game if it's not listed on the ESPN platform.
But God damn it, they don't play during the week. We still have like 2 weeks before they really get into this schedule.
I don't know, man. Like I think it starts now, and I know on paper.
Okay, it's on ESPN or ESPN2 is what the
they haven't announced it yet.
Iowa State website says. I bet that's a King McClure game, says Cuck Norris.
Your point is taken. Brenda and I were talking about this on Saturday night sitting at the Knapp Center. Just like we're ready like to get this thing going.
Yeah.
Like
you're playing at a level right now
They're
where
just so much-
these other teams aren't giving you any kind of a real battle. You need to be playing the Kansases and the Arizonas and the Houstons and the Texas Techs.
I know you're not doing this, but give Iowa State credit too because they're killing them.
Oh yeah.
Early in the year, they were playing similar teams and winning by 11.
Agreed.
And
yeah. They're on fire right now. They're
Screwing
ready
around with
for
them.
this. It's just too bad. It's still like 12 days away when they get into this thing.
And now they have like a week
Come on.
off.
I know. God damn it.
I feel like that's why TJ's been leaving the starters in so long too. Is he's
You're
trying
right,
to get
Matt.
them ready for these tough games. It's
'Cause
like you sit him on the bench, you're just going to get bored, like Williams.
He's trying to. I mean, I think I don't know this, but my overwhelming hunch would lead me to believe that he is trying to keep them in a because he called a timeout yesterday right before the 16 and under in the second half. They were up by 23. Kansas State started the half on a 10-4 run. He called a timeout and absolutely chewed their asses like they were down 23 at the time. He is trying to create challenges for them during this stretch so they don't lose that competitive edge.
But whatever they've done post that Cincinnati game is working because how long was that streak that they went where it was like, I don't know, 7, 8 games that they were trailing at the 10-minute mark of the first half? And in these last 4 games, the game's been over by the 10-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, the average score at halftime is like 53 to 20 something. I did the math yesterday. I mean, it's truly staggering. And I know they haven't played great teams, but it's hard to do that. 2 of those are road games in the league.
Right.
That's a difficult thing to do for anybody. I did get dinner reservations. Zavolinsky's going to join us.
And what concert are you going to? Luke Bryan?
Eric Church. And Ella Langley is opening. My daughter's favorite. They love Ella Langley. And then my favorite is Eric Church. So we're having a family concert night on Thursday.
So your little girls, they really like that song she sings about how she hasn't had sex in a while and she's at this bar and she sees a guy and just goes up to him and says, let's go home and have sex right now.
I've never brought the sex part into it. Do you know that that's what the song's about?
Well, have you listened to the song? Have you listened to the lyrics?
She's saying like I'm...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, her first hit. The one where she's like...
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You look like you want me. I didn't know it had to do with her loins.
Oh, yeah. Her loins were limber.
And she approaches the cowboy in the bar.
Yeah, she's never seen him before. She just said, you look like you love me. Let's go.
Let's go and make love.
Yeah. So I hope...
And then it's like a talking song, too.
Yeah, I know.
They don't really
That's why it's pretty easy for me to follow what the story is.
Were either of you guys watching the Grammys last night?
Watched it a little bit. Cammy added on. Yep. What did Bieber doing? What was he in his skivvies for? What was he in his undies for?
In socks. He looked like Bradley Noel from Sublime out there.
I had a bunch of people call me a boomer because people are the worst. Honestly, like it's so annoying. I made a post about that. I go, I bet you George Strait wouldn't ever be out there in his skivvies. Like it's clearly
who would, though? George Gay would definitely be out there shirtless.
I appreciated that he was actually singing because half the people that go out there weren't even singing.
What in the hell was he doing in his underwear though? Like that, nobody can explain that to me. All these like judgmental jerks were like, "Hey, listen to the song, you boomer." Explain to me why he's in his skivvies. That's all I'm asking. I'm sure it's a great song. I'm sure it's a beautiful song. Why is he in his undies?
What grinded my gears, and I texted you this, Williams, Jelly Roll won like best new contemporary country artist.
That ain't country.
By the way, we had some breaking news this morning. Did you see that? Jelly Roll and Post Malone coming to Jack Trice Stadium this year.
Well, there is another one.
They better be selling alcohol for that one.
I got a birdie that there's going to be another concert announcement coming too.
Oh,
I heard that too.
They're really
Jack
going.
Trice?
Yeah, so they'll have 3 this year.
Wow.
Again, how are you trying to offset the money in college athletics? You got to do stuff like this.
The only thing I saw from the Grammys was on my Twitter feed, and it was that Chappelle Roan girl.
Chappelle Show.
That'd be Chapel Roan. Put some respect on her name, please.
Oh, my
what
God.
Is she? Oh, her dress?
Disgusting.
Was that?
Outfit.
I think that was fake.
I
think that was AI.
No, I don't think so. I don't even think you can't pull it up here because it would be YouTube would take us down.
Do you remember when Gaga dressed up like a steak that one year?
What? No. What?
Matt,
a steak?
Yeah.
Like a fairway steak?
Yeah. Matt, see if you can find that year that Lady Gaga had a look at oh, is that the gal that had her nipples?
That's Chapel.
That's Chappelle.
Just how?
When I watched the red carpet, I was watching the red carpet, and she was not dressed like that.
You were watching the red carpet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was all into it.
Colder
who was
than
dressed
a
as a
Roan's
steak?
titty.
Chappelle?
No. So hey,
no.
Google Lady Gaga dressed like a piece of meat. This happened a few years back.
Why did she dress like a piece of meat?
It was a statement, probably like a. Oh yeah, I do remember
what
this.
About vegans?
I don't know, but it was. I was explaining this to Cameron about when she dressed up like a filet mignon.
Mignon. Somebody said it was 2010 at Gaga. Wait,
that ain't it.
Yeah.
Is that her in the steak?
What the hell is Cher wearing? Oh God.
Cher's like 85 years old.
Did you see last night? Cher presented the best album of the year, and it was to Kendrick Lamar. And it was the record. It was record of the year, and it was the song Luther. You know that song?
Yeah.
SZA.
Yep.
And she said the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross. But the song is like you samples Luther Vandross, and it's called Luther. But it was funny because she's like she had trouble opening the award. She's like to Luther Vandross.
Evan correctly points out that Van Wilk's favorite moment was the Billie Eilish acceptance speech.
God.
There were some great moments last night.
Yeah, it was a wild night. I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but I didn't see the. My daughter likes Billie Eilish. Should be happy that she won an award. Okay, let's do today's Triple B, Kelderman Manufacturing.
Bigger, better, bolder. Built by Kelderman Manufacturing.
Here's one for you. A young man by the name of Alex Hubrex. Now listen to this. Bradley beat Drake on Saturday. And he went 9 of 10 from 3.
Jesus.
9 of 10. So I'm listening to Michael Admire's postgame show after the game on my way home. And Drake Radio points out, in the 2 games Drake has played Bradley this year, this young man, Alex Hubrex, is 15 of 17 from 3 against the Bulldogs this year. That's incredible. That's insane. This kid couldn't miss. Alex Hubrex, bigger, better, bolder. Good on you, Bradley Braves.
And the scouting report, especially going into the second matchup, was like, we
guard
can't
that guy.
give this guy an inch.
Yeah, guard that guy.
We are going over every screen, and still he sets the Bradley record with 9 threes in a game.
Unbelievable.
Wow. That's too bad. Drake had it rolling before Bradley came in.
Yeah, Bradley's better than them. Better team won that, but it's hard to beat a team when you have a guy hitting 9 threes, though. Like, my God.
I'm going to go with someone that we've been pretty hard on as Iowa fans this year. Alvaro Folgueras. Back-to-back games where he has balled out. And you can just tell his body language has changed. He's gotten a lot more emotional, like fist pumps after making big plays. He's pointing to the bench like he's got the confidence back. This is the player, the last 2 games, that Iowa thought they were getting from Robert Morris. And if he continues to play this way, then Iowa's ceiling is a bit higher than it would have been, because they need him to be that guy. And he's been it. 2 straight.
Matty Van Winks, bigger, better, bolder. Who you got, buddy?
Well, this clip came out from, I think it was Saturday. So Penn State hosted a hockey game at Beaver Stadium. Did you guys see the video of this?
Yes,
I did.
Campbell dropped the puck. And
Campbell dropped the puck for the game?
I didn't know that.
They rolled out like a 2-foot-long little thing onto the ice, and he stepped out and dropped the puck. Made me wish Iowa State had hockey, but regardless. Video surfaced of a couple former coaches slamming brewskis.
Oh, yes, I saw
before
this.
the game.
The Penn State fans are falling in love with that coaching staff.
Yeah, Mouser and Clanton just pounding beers.
They better win.
Yeah, but this is, it's a little bit like the Jimmy Rogers thing. Like, you can win over a fan base before anything happens if you do something, Rogers, the Jimmy F. and Rogers. That's what, that's what you need.
I'm not done because like 5 minutes later, a video surfaced of the Iowa State football team at the Iowa Wild game just going ham.
I like the
taking
guy in
their
the
shirts
jeans.
off.
Wait a second. Those guys are on the Iowa State football team? That guy looks like he's 40. He's got the mullet.
Is that new guy, Williams, that from the Washington State guy? Who is that?
I don't know, but I like him. That's my guy right there.
I know. I think it was
That's
Austin
my guy
Barrett
right
was
there.
one of the guys in there.
Yeah. I think that is Austin Barrett, isn't it?
Is that him?
I don't know. That's the problem. We don't know any of these guys yet. They all just got here.
The wild one in a shootout, I think. Like
boys' night out, right there.
Hell yeah! Turned my night right back around. Missing Mouser and Clanton, those guys.
Yeah, that is Austin Barrett.
Fire me up, football team. Let's go.
Austin Barrett. And what position does he play?
He's on the offensive line. I think.
Offensive lineman. He's a holdover. He was there in the Campbell. He was one of the guys they kept. Yeah.
He looks just like you, Williams, at that football game where you ripped off your shirt and started swinging your tee all over the place.
That's a good time. Looked like the Wild had a good comeback win in that game too, Matt.
Yeah,
Sounds
Brad
like
Banks.
they had a it was Brad Banks night. The Wild had like a goal. I want to say in like the closing seconds of the game. I saw the highlights from it.
Love it.
Cool. Fun weekend all around. Boys' night at the hockey game. I want to go to our mightiest moment with Mighty M. This was really cool on Saturday. You need what you need is a generator, and you can plug in a bunch of space heaters in your house right now.
Yeah, I got a space heater in a Christmas gift exchange with the family, but I took it to work.
What'd you do that for?
Because it's really cold. It's always super cold in the office at work, so I need it by my desk to warm my tootsies.
And if you burn the place down, at least it's not your house.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm hiding it from the building supervisor because he's taken away some other space heaters from girls in the office.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Mighty
It's freezing in there.
MITM.com. You can find a dealer near you. Pressure washers, air compressors, generators. They got everything. Portable heaters. We haven't spent enough time on this. We just haven't really have a show since it happened. But Bill Fennelly last week with that win at Texas Tech became the winningest coach in Big 12 history. And then I went to the game on Saturday, took family to it to watch them beat Central Florida. And they recognized him before the game. And I kind of thought like, oh, this is just going to be hey, here's a game ball. Congratulations, coach. Iowa State or the Big 12 or whoever, I don't know who put it together, but it was very well done. Matt, I know you were there too, so feel free to chime in if you would like. But it was about 4 or 5 minutes of current and former Big 12 coaches talking about Coach Fennelly and everything he's meant to the league and growing the sport. And, 31 years of doing this. There's no flash in the pan. And it ended with Kim Mulkey actually talking for like a minute and a half about her rivalry with Fennelly and playing in Hilton, and about how when she got to Baylor, she wanted to, basically like make Baylor a place where people cared about basketball like Iowa State. And it was really cool. Like I was like choked up because I was his play-by-play guy for a while. Like I know Coach really well. I appreciate him. And kind of like I don't know, Chris, he's still there. It's not like he's retiring or anything like that. But man, when he does, it's a different era. You're just not going to have coaches stay at these places for 25 years like the Izzos. It's really hard to do that in this day and age. And it was a really neat moment in Hilton. A lot of people were choked up. It was just beautiful the way they put it together.
The other cool part of it too, Williams, is that it was Alumni Day. Every year they bring back the alumni, so his former players got to be there to kind of recognize him. And that was kind of the cool thing too. They brought him out at halftime. They announced all the the former players' names. I was like, oh man, these are throwback names, like people that got to be there to celebrate.
Program's
pretty cool.
Done a great job of bringing former players back constantly, and it really is like a fraternity of players that they have that are still around the program all the time. So I wanted to make sure we spent enough time on that. I don't feel like we did on Thursday, and Coach Finn means a lot to me, but Chris, as I get older, I just appreciate people who can do things at a high level for a long period of time. I don't like the flash in the pans, and Fennelly's just been able to have a sustained amount of success. I mean, however many his batting average and getting to the NCAA tournament's pretty damn impressive.
And it's it's easy to forget if maybe you've only heard about it, but like where Iowa State was when he took over that job in the mid '90s. I mean, just you hear people like Keith Murphy talk about trying to get 100 people in the stands, and how he just boom instantly turned the thing around, made the tournament in his second year, won a tournament game his third year, got to the Elite Eight his fourth year, and then just kept doing it. I mean, they haven't had a real lull where they've missed the tournament back-to-back years, and they've had some down moments in seasons, and there was a big one this season.
Very much.
You lose 4 straight games. It looks, my God, you're getting blown out of these games. You're losing to teams like Cincinnati. And then you turn it around. You win a ranked game on the road and then get to come home and celebrate after that. That's what was good. This didn't happen, when this streak, when they were still kind of sputtering out of this skid. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. They've turned things around. And now they're playing really good basketball again. Although I know they weren't at their best against UCF over the weekend, but he's a good coach, damn good coach who decided to put his roots down and has affected a lot of lives in Central Iowa. I always liked talking to him. Was always a great soundbite.
He gives you a real
good with his time.
Yeah.
When I was in local TV in Des Moines. So yeah, congratulations to Fennelly.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row now?
4.
4 in a row
But
after that 5-game losing.
It didn't sound like the news on Addie was that good. He said she would not be back in a practice jersey for a while. So at this point,
I mean, I think
you have to start to wonder if she'll be back at all this season.
You do. And I think best case scenario, it's like get her back for Kansas City is what it feels like.
Right.
But Jackson stepped back in. Since they got her back, the team completely switched. So just do enough. They'll be a tournament team. They're 30 in the net right now. So they're in good shape, but they just can't afford to go on another skid. Want to give a shout out to Freedom Tire. Check them out, freedomtire.com. For all of your vehicle needs. Yeah, Maddie.
I'm going to see Quentin and the boys tomorrow. Just set up my appointment. So up in Ames.
Nice. All right.
Oil change,
Altoona,
tires.
Ames, Des Moines, West Des Moines, Urbandale. Also, please give a consideration to checking out Game Day Men's Health. They've done wonders for me and lots of dudes who watch this show. And, man, over the last few years, they've got hundreds of you guys have gone in for testosterone replacement therapy and other things. It's not just that. They offer all sorts of men's health. That's
and for women as well. Jenny Murphy goes there.
Absolutely. For women as well.
And as far as I know, she's not transitioning.
Super Bowl.
You're not going to give me any nothing there.
Super Bowl week. Let's go to the Iowa football schedule to
wait.
Could you say
that Super Bowl week is weighing you down? Thanks to Sue.
Oh yes, absolutely it is.
It's definitely weighing me down. There's no buzz.
SueAnnScale.com. It is absolutely weighing me. I could not care less.
I'm not even thinking about it. Now, that's going to change because this is the week where, Radio Row gets going today, and you're going to have some news coming out of there. They're going to do their media night or whatever the hell they do now. But it just doesn't have the stars. It doesn't have – it's had it for so long. You've had either Brady or Mahomes in this kind of position. It seems like it's been a long time since there's been a game where neither side has like a superstar or a big, a narrative, or, you're talking about a potential, budding dynasty with the Chiefs and all that stuff. It's not happening. Doesn't mean the game won't be fun. Doesn't mean the game won't be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I think it'll still have the buzz. It'll still be, it'll be really interesting is that halftime deal, because I was reading this morning. I didn't see it, but that Bad Bunny, he apparently came up on the Grammys last night and made a bunch of comments, and it's already been controversial.
What? Why? What do you say now?
I don't know. It was something about ice or
Yeah, he won album of the year too, and he made some statements. He's been pretty out about a lot of that stuff.
Well,
though.
it's got everybody amped up, right? Like the right.
Well, he wasn't
wingers are all
scheduling
amped up
tours
about
in
it.
the U.S. because of all of that ice stuff.
Yeah,
so
and they were
did
all
the Puerto
pissed
Rico
off that
residents. Yeah,
the NFL was doing it, and yeah, that's probably why when I made the George Strait comment, there was probably people thinking that and I didn't even think about that, but whatever. I real quick, we wanted to hit on this. You wanted to hit on this last week. We probably should have done it earlier. I apologize for it. Iowa's football schedule.
I don't think it could have laid out any worse. I'm just.
I agree with you. This is tough, man.
I've become like the schedule bitcher. But this is. You could not have laid out, in my opinion, a worse schedule for Iowa next season. We knew they were playing, Iowa State at home, and they were playing Northern Iowa and Northern Illinois. Who cares? Get out. Those games don't matter. I don't care that it's Northern Iowa. Honestly, I'd rather it wasn't Northern Iowa. You got nothing to gain by playing that.
I hate that game.
Yeah. So you start with Northern Illinois, then it's Iowa State, then it's Northern Iowa. Then you jump into Big Ten play. Okay, you already knew who you were going to be playing. You knew you were going to, at some point, play Michigan, Ohio State, and have to go to Washington. 3 toughest games on the schedule. And they come back to back to back.
And no bye.
At the very start. Iowa already is a program that works on getting better throughout the season and had admittedly, at times, not been at their best early. And if I could lay out the schedule, I would flip that shit, because then after that it's all Big Ten West teams. So what I loved about this past year's schedule is that you had these big games kind of sprinkled throughout, and you had some toward the end. Like you had that cool game at USC. You had Oregon coming to Kinnick. And even if you lost early games, you still had those big moments. Like maybe you weren't going to go to the playoff, but you still had these big moments where you could really make a statement, and you could really still, that could be the lasting impression from the season. You're going to get none of that this year. If you don't hit the ground running and beat a Michigan or an Ohio State, then it's just Big Ten West slop the rest of the way. It's like you're right back into that crap.
Could I also add, and I don't know how they're going to be, but that's not ideal to go to Minnesota after that stretch either.
No, you got PJ
At
Fleck.
least you have a bye, but you have a bye there. But like they had that game.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was Purdue coming out of that stretch.
Whatever, semantics there, but that's still not great.
And you don't know who your quarterback is, and we've seen what Kirk Ferentz and even Tim Lester, how they are with quarterbacks they don't necessarily 100% trust. I mean, remember how horrible it was at the beginning of the season with Gronowski? What's it going to be like with Hecklinski or Brown? I can't see this team operating at a high level at the end of September when you hit at Michigan versus Ohio State at Washington. God. Big Ten did Iowa no favors.
Is Illinois good again next year?
I think they'll be okay. I mean,
they can't probably be the same.
Maybe an 8-win team.
Yeah.
But, God.
What do you think the number is on this schedule?
Well, I mean, I think you win the first 3 games. Illinois,
no, I'm
Iowa
saying
State,
Vegas. Give me your Vegas.
Oh, where Vegas would put it?
I'll give you mine.
I think Vegas puts it at, it's either 7.5 or 8.5.
No way.
But I would say 7.5.
There's no way it's 8.5.
I don't think so either, because you're going to be an underdog in 3 of those 3 first Big Ten
I think you
games.
could even put it at 6.5. Honestly.
Boy, if you give me 6.5, you're right. No, you're right. It's not going to be 8.5 because with Hecklinski, it's not going to be 8.5.
It's somewhere between 6.5 and 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's 7.5.
I could see that.
You know, what are these? I mean, in my opinion, you got to sweep that Big Ten West thing. You know, at Minnesota versus Wisconsin, at Northwestern versus Purdue, at Illinois, which will be the toughest of those games, I think, and then home against Nebraska.
Washington's going to be pretty good.
Washington's going to be really good, and you know how it is going out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great environment at Washington, and that's just tough. It's tough to go out west and win those games, and we've seen that happen with Iowa recently. Over Kirk Ferentz's entire tenure, basically. You're right. 8.5 is insane, but I mean, I think that they could win 9 games. You got to get one. You got to get at least one of those. You have to somehow get either Michigan, Ohio State, or Washington. And
I have you at 7 and 5. Or
I would have picked them to beat Michigan if it didn't happen right there. I mean, Michigan's got a returning quarterback that was the number 1 recruit, played all last season in Underwood, and you got to go on the road.
They'll play defense for Whittingham. I think I got you penciled in at 7 and 5 or 8 and 4 right now. I can't decide which.
It's just so disappointing the way they laid that out. You mean the panties your mother laid out for you?
Doesn't George squirt the mustard?
That was when, Jerry was telling George what she said to him, and it was a whisper, so you couldn't hear it. And he squirts the.
Yeah.
See how the hair's looking today. How we doing?
Looks better than mine.
Hey,
God.
real quick, based on the Iowa schedule, what's the Cyhawk line at right now? Because there's so many unknowns right now, right? New Iowa State coaching staff, new players, new Iowa quarterback.
Jeez,
Iowa
I would 6.5.
7.5.
Yeah, that's what
6.5.
That's what I would guess. I don't.
I mean, I kind of disagree with the narrative that Iowa doesn't have a quarterback because it's like they have 2 guys who have been in the system.
Ghost just turned my light off.
Like I don't.
Well, yeah, they're in the
Gronowski.
system for a year, but they haven't played.
I know, but I swear to God, like I'll stand by it. Like I would rather roll with a guy like Hecklinski. This could come back to haunt me than go out and spend $2 million on some.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I just think that whoever they choose, they're going to let them do a lot more in November and December than they will in late September.
Yeah. Well, you could see it now.
October.
Those Michigan and Ohio State games, it's going to be ball control.
Oh, God.
I mean, we've seen this time and time again. All right. Well, have a great day. You going to go to work like that, or are you going to take a goddamn shower?
No, I'm going to take a shower after this. And, dude, we had to turn our outdoor faucets on so the pipes wouldn't freeze. My hoses have been running for 48 hours now. My wife went to the gas station this morning to try to get gas. The pumps aren't working. The gas is like
that cold. Come on. What are you guys?
It hasn't been this cold in South Florida in this area since like the 80s. It just never gets this cold. It never gets down to freezing. And so it's a mess out there.
Matt, what's going on at the Iowa Event Center real quick? Hassel mentioned Luke. He ain't my boy.
Well, tickets on sale Friday, June 19th, coming to the KC
A lot of
Center.
people will go to that. I won't.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be sold out, but I
what?
won't be there.
Luke Bryan's, I mean, he does that outdoor show in Iowa every year too.
That's cool.
Does the farm tour, I think, or somewhere in the Midwest, not always Iowa, but does the farm tour. He supports our farmers. Respect.
I'm sure he's doing it for free and
he didn't win a Grammy
giving all
last
the
night,
money
but
to poor farmers across. Is that how it's going?
Yeah.
We should get that at Fouch's farm up there in Grand Junction.
That would be cool.
Support our channel seedsmen is what we should do.
We've had Blackhawk a couple years ago, and Luke Bryan should be coming up.
I can't hear Black Hawk now and
Oh, God.
not think of Black Hawk. All right. Well, everybody have an amazing work week. We will be back on Thursday morning. No Iowa State game between then. We're going to be blurry-eyed because the Hawks game isn't going to get done until like 2 a.m. for Hassel. He's already dreading it. And then
take a midday nap. Midday nap, then you're ready to go. Power through it.
Midday nap. I work during the day. I can't do that.
Channel Seed Studios, baby. We are presented by Fairway Meat and Grocery. Murph and Andy coming up today at 1 here on Iowa Everywhere.